We are on our way to take a day trip from Desenzano over to Verona, which is about a 28-minute train ride. It's 7 a.m. this morning, super quiet outside, no one else is really awake, but it's beautiful. It's the first time we've been up and running this early, so it's nice to see the city kind of come alive. So come along with us. There's a lot of history in Verona. It's the birthplace of the Romeo and Juliet story, so there's a lot of things to show you. There's a ton of Roman history there. So come along, we'll show you what we find. We severely underestimated how hard the uphill walk to the train station was going to be, so now we're nice and sweaty. And to cool off, Jess got a nice hot cappuccino, and we're sitting here in the open air. Made it to Verona, super easy, 20-minute train ride. We're excited to check it out. We've got about a 20-minute bus ride from the train station into downtown Verona. And of course, we've got our Rick Steves guidebook. We're gonna check out, use his city walk, and spend our day in Verona. So come along, we're excited to show you what we find. We just made it off the bus, super easy bus ride. And it drops you off right in one of their main squares, Piazza, where right behind you is an old Roman amphitheater where they still have concerts to this day. They have a huge opera festival here in Verona, and the concerts are all in that old amphitheater, which is really, really cool. We spent our morning exploring the city before many of the locals and tourists were out. We saw the Roman Arena, walked the back alleyways, passed through the ancient Roman gate, and grabbed breakfast in Piazza Erbe. We sat and watched as market vendors set up their tents for the day and marveled in the mix of old and new in the plaza.
We ended our morning stopping by the home of Juliet from the famous Shakespearean play.
Or so they say.
It was here that we witnessed one of the more unusual traditions of Verona.
So we actually just left Juliet's balcony, and there's a statue there that it's common for people to rub her breasts. Yeah. I feel bad for Juliet, I think. What an eternity to have a bunch of creepy old men rub on her chest all day long. Just saying.
After a quick break, we spent the afternoon exploring the rest of Verona and learning about the Scaligeri family who used to rule the city. We saw their former palace and the tombs they built, and we contemplated life along with Dante, a former famous Veronese.
Finally, we took a stroll along the Adige River and ended at the Duomo, where we were met with the ringing of the bells. It was absolutely incredible. That wraps up our day here in Verona. We've seen a ton of the city's highlights, including the Roman Arena, the Scaligeri residence and their tombs, the Duomo, and many of the piazzas here in town. But man, what a difference a few hours makes. You can tell behind me, people have gotten out of church and the tour groups have come. So I'm glad we came when we did. But for now, we're gonna head back to Desenzano. It's a quick bus and train ride back. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for more. If you don't already, we'd love for you to follow us on any of our social media platforms at As We Abroad. So for now, thanks again. Question.
My favorite site in Verona, probably the arena. What is it? The Roman Arena right here. I'd probably bring Emily and Aaron Tanner.
And why?
Because they love Italy and they'd be fun to bebop around town with. And I know he's watching this YouTube video. Yes, new baby in tow. We only had one meal in Verona, Kyle. And I bet it's going to be this arancini. Just Verona?
Yeah.
I loved it. It was very colorful and they have a lot of good history to read about. See. Molto bene. Very good.